Mark and Lori, good evening from a cold evening and cold sunset here in Tacoma. So the State Patrol is beefing up its patrols through Tacoma on I-5, specifically this construction zone just south of the Tacoma Dome and near the Tacoma Mall. The lanes here are skinnier than usual and they have had some wrecks, especially since December. But it's not the road that's causing the problem, it's the drivers they're worried about.
And I'll be with the emphasis on I-5.
51107.
Jonas Mast is ready to help.
It's a nightmare. It really affects everybody.
All week, Mast, a WSP commercial vehicle enforcement officer, will be focused on prevention on the area surrounding a half-mile stretch of I-5.
We got a semi-truck up here that's kind of straddling the lanes.
And he has no problem finding problems.
You were weaving in your lane and you weaved out of your lane.
Because of construction, the state has temporarily narrowed the lanes just south of the Tacoma Dome. Instead of 12 feet, they're now 11 feet wide, and there's barely a shoulder.
With the barriers on both sides, there's no place for people to go. There's no shoulder, there's no median strip that they can dive into or anything like that.
It's been like this since last May, but when the rains and longer nights came in December, the State Patrol started seeing more wrecks, high-profile ones, involving semis, lane closures, and they were happening during peak hours. So the state has put up signs recommending drivers top out at 50, and they're constantly refreshing the reflective striping.
And if you look at that load the way it is, well, right there you go, there's a little bit of cardboard coming off of it.
And this week, the State Patrol is getting involved, increasing commercial truck and aggressive driver enforcement with the help of WSP's airplane.
What you drive on yesterday might not be the same as today.
WSP hopes increasing their presence will remind drivers they're entering a work zone. And while the closures and detours have changed through here for more than a decade, the laws remain the same.
Watch your speed, increase your following distance, and put the electronic device down.
Okay, we're out here doing an emphasis because we get a lot of complaints about trucks weaving in and out of traffic.
Officer Mast thinks giving this stretch of interstate extra attention
We're just trying to keep the roadways safe.
could help prevent the next big crash.
So let me finish the paperwork, I'll be right back.
Now, while the lanes do narrow here, WSP tells us the biggest problem is speed, and that has not been a problem for a long time. With all the work that was happening around the Tacoma Dome for really the last decade, this area has been notoriously slow. But that work by the Dome is all done. So now, for the first time in about 10 years, folks are able to speed through here, and that is what WSP says is causing all the problems.